Ooh, do you hear that? That was crazy. Oh, that was bad. Hello, my name is Sara and welcome back to my channel, also known as my brain. Today actually I'm going to be talking about basically some bands that I actually have been using on Instagram for quite a few months now. Keep getting questions all the time about what are the bands that I keep wearing around my legs, why I keep wearing those bands, and pretty much just bunch of different questions regarding these kind of bands that I've been wearing. My boyfriend actually happens to follow this one chick on Instagram, and basically she kind of inspired me to get on these bands because she wears them all the time. I actually have been seeing all over Instagram for like quite a couple of months or even throughout the years. Like pretty much like any other trend or fad, like I just kind of think of it like it might not be useful. It might be just one of those things like claims that's gonna give you like multiple gains, but it doesn't really do anything at all. So me, I essentially got curious and decided to purchase some. So basically what these are BFR bands, or also occlusion bands or katsu bands, whatever you want to call them. They all have different names, but they all essentially the same kind of concept, the same kind of method. So today basically we're gonna be talking about BFR training. So if you want to just know more about BFR training, you want to know my thoughts on how it worked for me and if it even worked for me, just keep on watching, and also make sure to subscribe and like this video while you're at it. So I'm pulling up my good old laptop. Basically, so what is actually BFR training? So BFR training is not just some trends, not just some fads. It actually has a lot of science and research that it does back up essentially just the method of how it works. So I'm just gonna go briefly explain to you what it is, how it works, and then just move forward with my thoughts and my own personal experience. BFR training is quite simply also known as blood flow restriction training, or katsu training, or occlusion training. And this basically involves the restriction of venous return of the blood flow from the muscle. And the goal is basically not to restrict blood flow to the muscle, but instead prevent blood flow return from the muscle. So you actually don't want to restrict blood going to your muscles. You basically just want to just accumulate as much blood as possible in your muscles. So basically this is accomplished by using a blood pressure cuff, or perhaps more practically using knee wraps tightly secured around the limbs. These when these bands come into handy. These how some BFR bands will look. This is the one that I've been recently using by Energy. I actually do gotta go by that. You can use it. I'm gonna leave it down here. Basically, this is what I have been using for my BFR training around my legs. I'm playing around with it, but you can actually use it for different parts of your body, not just your legs or arms. Research about BFR training has been around over the last decade, to be honest, and it actually has been looked at everything from using BFR in individuals that are cast as immobilized to reduce atrophy, all the way to NASA investigating how to use BFR in order to protect skeletal muscle integrity while in the confines of zero-G gravity. You pretty much must be asking right now, okay, that sounds pretty cool, but how does this really work? Like, what's the science behind BFR training? Like I mentioned before, it restricts the blood flow to the muscles. So this actually pre-fatigues the slow twitch fibers and forces the anaerobic fast twitch fibers to handle the load even at low intensities, meaning they can actually reach to the similar anabolic responses you would do with like heavier weights by lifting lighter weights. So you don't have to like be lifting like up to 1 rep max or anything like that. You can actually reach the load size all the way down to like 35% for your rep max. Metabolically, your muscles are getting a similar effect to lifting heavy loads by using just lighter weights. Thus, not only occlusion training preferentially activates fast twitch muscle fibers, but it also has been shown to cause fiber type shift from slow to fast, thus increasing the potential for muscle growth and size. Actually, over the year has been shown essentially that it can actually be used for physical therapy as well. So it's not only meant for people that do want to work out, but also can be used for people that just want to get back into daily activities and they potentially cannot lift super heavy weights. So these are actually a really good option for a lot of people, not just for like just getting gains. So it's kind of cool that it's getting more attention because quite frankly, it's not just a trend. I was looking essentially on how to approach it because I was not really sure because there wasn't really a lot of information when I first saw it on Instagram. This doctor, he actually doesn't specialize when it comes to BFR training. He kind of has this protocol which is like the most prescribed protocol for BFR training. It usually goes as the following. You should be using a weight that is 20% from your rep max to a 30% from your rep max. So I actually mentioned before that you can use 35 to 45% and you can do that. Research still shows that BFR training has the best benefits, doing a lot of reps and having a lighter load, so you can actually properly activate those fast twitch muscle fibers. So basically for a typical exercise or for a workout with BFR training, it will look something like this. So you will have 4 sets On the first set, you will have 30 reps and a rest between 30 to 30 seconds. And the next 2 to 4 sets, you will have 15 reps and a rest time of 30 to 60 seconds as well. I actually have been doing my BFR training during my leg days, so 2 to 3 times a week, along with my supersetting and kind of solid training. Also, I try to use it for a little bit with like heavier loads and such, and it didn't really work as well. I basically have to agree with pretty much the research, and I do think lighter loads with like a lot of reps works the best, and that's how you can get the most out of it, because I actually have seen and I feel the difference. Actually, you can just feel it. You can feel muscles that you basically have not felt before. At least that was my experience. And by far, using BFR when it comes to my leg days takes my leg days to a whole nother level. I get the hardest workouts, I get the biggest pumps. I usually get super sore after those workouts. It doesn't necessarily mean you're getting more gains and you're gonna see more results, but it does mean that there's something happening. There's some different stimuli, there's something that you have never done before that you're doing now. And for me, that I've been working out for 6 years, is something that it kind of like makes me, I guess, happy, because the more you go on working out, the harder it gets for you to see some sort of progress. But I mean, the last thing about BFR training, what I needed to know essentially was how tight you should tie it around your body. And basically, from what I found, the average rule of thumb is actually just a 7 out of 10 of tightness. As for how long you should wear, there's a lot of people that say a lot of different things. Some people say you can wear up to like an hour to be honest. Like, it's more than safe to do so. Of course, you should like reduce the pressure if you want to wear it for longer times. But if you do want to keep a pressure of 7 out of 10, which is like the one that gives you the most benefits, you should definitely keep it between 20 to 30 minutes from your workout. Personally, I just prefer to keep it on throughout my whole workout. Since I got this band that are adjustable, I basically just lose them up whenever I'm done with my set. Pretty much let the blood just flow normally back into the muscles, and then once I'm back into getting to work, I just put it back into that 7 to 10 pressure and just get into it. So yeah, that's pretty much how I've been doing it. I have been seeing a lot of results, not gonna lie. I actually am really impressed. I am almost in love with this, not gonna lie. If you have never tried BFR training, I will definitely tell you to just give it a try at least. I actually personally saw like a whole inch, maybe an inch and a half difference on my butt. Of course, my diet has a lot to do with it, the way I train has a lot to do with it, but it's been a while since I saw some inch difference between my butt area. And I actually do see some difference around my hips. I see like they look more round, they look more defined, my butt looks more plump as well. And not just that, but my boyfriend, he says that he sees a difference. So if anybody knows how that looks, it's definitely him. Just saying, that's all I'm gonna say. But I do definitely love these BFR bands. If you want to try these ones that I have here, the energy ones, you can actually go to the website. You can use my code. Once more, I'm gonna leave it here down somewhere on the screen so you can support me. You can also save some money while you're at it. So thank you guys. Hope you have an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one.